Tensions between the US and China have hit the headlines once again. This time it's over a popular video app called TikTok. The application is owned by Chinese tech company ByteDance. US President Donald Trump has demanded that its operations in the US be sold to an American company. Donald Trump has said the government should get a cut from the sale of TikTok's US unit if an American firm buys it.
We have all the cards, because without us you can't come into the United States. It's like if you're a landlord and you have a tenant, the tenant's business needs a rent, it needs a lease. And so what I said to them is whatever the price is, a very big proportion of that price would have to go to the Treasury of the United States.
Trump has threatened to ban the app by mid-September if there's no deal in place by then. Trump has cited national security reasons over pressuring Chinese tech companies. ByteDance, which owns the app, has been under pressure to sell its share in the US.
The goal is to try to antagonize China for any reason at all. In this case, they get to raid a Chinese company, give that business to an American company. It looks like it's going to be Microsoft. So you have Americans getting money that ought to be going to China. And Trump gets to ramp up the propaganda war against China.
China has harshly criticized Washington's approach. Beijing slammed the latest move as bullying and political manipulation. This goes against the principles of the market economy and the WTO's principles of openness, transparency, and non-discrimination. State-run China daily newspaper has described pressure on ByteDance to sell US operations to Microsoft as a smash and grab.
It's so hypocritical. We know that the US has done more damage to people around the world. China has never once invaded the United States. China has never once had any attacks on the people of the United States. And so it's a complete inversion of reality. The US is projecting on.
Chinese Commerce Ministry has also warned Washington over the consequences of its actions against Beijing, saying such moves could open Pandora's box. The malicious practices of the United States are like opening Pandora's box, and there is a danger of triggering a chain reaction that will spread the virus of trade protectionism across the globe. TikTok has 1 billion worldwide users. But the pressure for a sale of its US and international business has left the company facing tough decisions. Since becoming the US president in 2017, Donald Trump has taken a harsh stance against China.
So what we see is nothing more than an attempt by the US capitalist class to hurt China and its rising economy.
The two countries have been in a bitter trade war, imposing retaliatory tariffs against each other. The war was initiated by the White House. Trump is furious at China's trade surplus with the US.
The goal is to try to antagonize China for any reason at all. In this case, they get to raid a Chinese company, give that business to an American company. It looks like it's going to be Microsoft. So you have Americans getting money that ought to be going to China. And Trump gets to ramp up the propaganda war against China.
The US also took a harsh stance against Chinese tech giant Huawei, effectively banning the company from the US. Huawei is currently the world's largest telecoms equipment provider. The US has also angered China by interfering in the affairs of Hong Kong and fueling the unrest there. Washington under the Trump administration has also stepped up arms sales to Taiwan, which is considered a red line by Beijing. And since the outbreak of coronavirus last year, the US has stirred anti-China sentiment worldwide by describing the virus as China virus. The tensions reached unprecedented levels after the US closed Chinese consulate in Houston. China retaliated by shutting down the US consulate in the city of Chengdu. Apart from these, tensions in the South China Sea risk turning into a full-blown confrontation between the two superpowers. It remains to be seen whether the US under Trump is ready for further tensions with China.